Welcome to day 14th of the journey to inner peace with Marinela. Today we are going to explore a powerful emotion that can deeply impact our sense of self-worth and connection to others. Shame. Shame is an emotion that can cause us to hide, to feel unworthy, and to isolate ourselves. It's a feeling that whispers, "You are not enough." And if people knew the real you, they wouldn't accept you. But what if we could transform shame? What if we could learn to see it not as a reflection of our worth, but as an opportunity for healing and growth? Let's explore this journey together. Shame is different from guilt. Guilt is feeling bad about what you've done, while shame is feeling bad about who you are. It's a feeling of being fundamentally flawed or inadequate. We might feel shame about our bodies, our past mistakes, our abilities, or even our desires. Shame is often rooted in early experiences, things we were told about ourselves, judgments we faced, or situations that made us feel less than others. Think back to a time when you felt ashamed. Perhaps it was a mistake you made, something someone said to you, or an experience that made you feel exposed or vulnerable. Shame often carries with it a sense of isolation, believing that you are the only one who feels this way or that others will reject you if they knew. Shame can manifest in many ways. It might show up as a fear of being seen or heard, or a rel- reluctance to take risks, or a constant need to prove yourself. It can lead to perfectionism as we try to be flawless to avoid the pain of shame. It can cause us to hide parts of ourselves, afraid that if people saw the real us, they wouldn't accept us. Shame can even manifest as anger or judgment towards others, projecting our own feelings of inadequacy onto them. Consider the story of a successful businesswoman who constantly feels the need to overachieve. Despite her accomplishments, she feels unworthy and fears that one mistake will expose her as a fraud. This is shame at work, driving her to prove her worth through external validation, while internally she feels like she will never be enough. Living in shame is like carrying a heavy burden. It affects our self esteem, our relationships, and our ability to connect with others. When we feel shame, we might withdraw from social situation, afraid of being judged. We might stay silent when we want to speak up or hold back from pursuing our dreams. Shame can lead to feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and depression as we carry the belief that there is something inherently wrong with us. But what if we could release shame? What if we could learn to see ourselves with compassion and love, embracing all parts of who we are? Healing from shame is not about becoming perfect. It's about accepting ourselves, flaws and all, and recognizing that we are worthy of love and belonging. The first step to healing from shame is to bring it into the light. Shame thrives in secrecy and silence. By acknowledging our shame and sharing it with others, we take away some of its power. Find a trusted friend, therapist, or support group where you can talk about your feelings without fear of judgment. Sharing your story can be incredibly liberating, helping you realize that you are not alone. Next, practice self compassion. Speak to yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would to a dear friend. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that imperfections are a natural part of being human. Challenge the critical voice inside your head that tells you that you are not enough. Replace it with affirmations of self love and acceptance. Finally, embrace vulnerability. Allow yourself to be seen, imperfections and all. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a strength. It's about being real, showing up as you are, and letting go of the need to be perfect. When we embrace vulnerability, we open ourselves up to deeper connections, authentic relationships, and a richer, more fulfilling life. Let's take a moment to meditate on releasing shame. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Visualize a situation where you felt shame. Allow yourself to feel the emotion, acknowledging it without judgment. Now, imagine a warm, loving light surrounding you, filling you with compassion and acceptance. As this light grows, see it gently dissolving the shame, replacing it with a sense of peace and self-love. With each breath, repeat the affirmation. I am worthy of love and belonging. I release shame and embrace my true self. Feel the weight of shame lifting from your shoulders, leaving you lighter, freer, and more connected to your authentic self. Take out your journal and reflect on the following questions. What are the areas of your life where you feel shame? How has shame affected your relationships, choices, and self-view? Write about a time when you showed yourself compassion and how it made you feel. Consider one step you can take today to embrace vulnerability and let go of shame. Remember, healing from shame is a journey, and every step forward is a step toward greater freedom and self-acceptance. Thank you for joining me on day 14 of the journey to inner peace with Marinela. Remember, you are worthy just as you are. By releasing shame and embracing vulnerability, you open the door to a life of deeper connection, joy, and authenticity. I look forward to continue this journey with you tomorrow.